Alright, so boom. We all have that mixtape or that album that we wanted to listen to, but after you got like a few songs in, you went, nah, I'm straight, like I'm good on this. And to this day, you've never finished listening to the album. That one moment you had where you went, like, I don't feel like listening to the rest of this, it's been months or even years since you've said that and you still haven't finished listening to it. That's what this video is gonna be today, y'all. Albums that I've tried to listen to, but for one reason or another, I've turned the album off and I've never listened to the whole thing to this day. Pretty simple, so let's get it.
Pushing this weight on my own block. If I sell a brick, I could buy a house. If they find a key, they might lock me up.
This entry I'm gonna keep very short because at this point, me talking about how much I don't enjoy Logic's music, it's just beating a dead biracial horse. But this was an easy choice for this video. If you want to know a full in-depth reason of what I think about Logic, then check out my video of important things I've learned from rappers and go to the number 2 entry where I talk about never forcing yourself to listen to an artist's music. Because that was my issue with Logic. After listening to all of his Young Sinatra mixtapes, I just really wasn't enjoying what I was hearing. But I kept listening to him anyway because I was thinking, this nigga white boy gotta have some good music. So fast forward to these 2 albums right here. Under Pressure is where I gave up on Logic. Like, I wasn't hearing anything that I was rocking with. I've only heard the first 4 songs on this too. Intro, Soul Food, I'm Gone, and Gang Related. Tracks 5 through 12, Buried Alive, Bounce, Growing Pains 3, Never Enough, Metropolis, Nicki, Under Pressure, Until the End. I've never heard any of these songs, and I don't want to. So I gave up listening to Logic for a long time, but then the street started telling me that I should listen to The Incredible True Story because that's his best album along with Under Pressure. So I was like, okay, let me check it out. And hell no, I didn't like The Incredible True Story either. I've only heard the first 3 songs, Contact, Fade Away, and Upgrade, and I've yet to go back to this album because it's like, why do you continue to listen to an artist if you know that you don't enjoy a lot of what you've already heard by that person? Because then you'll just be walking into an album knowing that you're not gonna mess with it. I don't even want to listen to his newest album, Vinyl Days, either. Like 30 songs, man, hell no. Not forcing yourself to listen to an artist's music is something that I recommend to all y'all, so definitely check out that video that I mentioned earlier.
Walk up in the spot like I'm the shit because I am. Brand new bezel, glossy hair down to my ass.
Now, Cash Doll is somebody I tried to support because she was a female rapper from Detroit that's been doing her damn thing for the past several years. I heard about her back in like 2014 when she used to go up to different high schools in Detroit and be doing shows for the students and whatnot. Cash Doll done came up a lot since then. She got her own hit songs with tracks like For Everybody.
These niggas for everybody. No, not mine. These niggas for everybody.
And Ice Me Out.
Ice me out, nigga, ice me out. Ice me out.
She got collab songs with Wale, Iggy Azalea, The City Girls. Like, Cash Doll been out here running her numbers up. So it was one day I started thinking, like, man, I done seen this girl come up ever since she been in the trenches with us, visiting my high school and stuff. So seeing her at this level, I'm really proud of her. But I never listened to a full album of hers. I know some tracks, but let me see what these mixtapes or albums hitting for. So I looked through her discography, and immediately what caught my eye was her album Stacked. Because this white and gold album cover looks sexy as hell, I can't even lie. I clicked on this immediately. When I tell y'all I gave up on this album after hearing the very first song, all of my interest in listening to Cash Doll flew out the window. The first song on this album is called KD Diary. I don't like the song KD Diary because it's incredibly cliche. It has that Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares, that Cardi B Get Up 10, that T Grizzly First Day Out type of formula, where like the first minute and a half of the song is a soft and slow instrumental with the artist talking about their hardships growing up and the difficulties of their early career, and then the song has a beat switch where it becomes more hype and more aggressive, and then the rapper starts talking about how they done came up and they got money now and ain't nobody gonna stop me on my path to success. I'm being dead serious, y'all. If y'all have heard Dreams and Nightmares,
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented?
if y'all have heard Get Up 10,
Climb to the top floor so I could spit on niggas. Said I was just trying to chill and make bangers.
if y'all have heard First Day Out,
Joy Road, bitch, with the money long as 6 mile, brick mile, knock your ox down, pick her up, knock her back down.
then KD Diary by Cash Doll is 100% the exact same song. It's just made by a female rapper from Detroit. That's seriously the only difference.
I'm touching everything. Benz truck, big face. I did that. Maserati, Audi coupe.
She has a line in this song where she simply said, "I can never understand why they hated on me." When I heard this line, I was like, that's crazy because I don't fuck with you either. So I guess I'm one of the haters. I don't know. I don't see Cash Doll as a rapper. I really don't. I look at her as one of these boss bitches that got her own business. She's a self-made millionaire, all that. And then she just felt like making music. So she was like, and I'm gonna throw music in there too as something else on my resume. Clearly that's not the case because one of the ways she came up was off making music. She wasn't on no Ruby Rose stuff where she became a rapper simply because she felt like it. Cash Doll always been in the studio. But after hearing KD Diary alone, like I said, to this day, I have never finished this album stacked. There's one other song on this album that I do know, and that's the Ice Me Out track that I played earlier. Outside of these two songs, you can keep this whole project. KD Diary was such a basic ass album opener, come up song that I immediately was like, bro, I don't even care to hear the rest of this album.
Big face. I did that.
So unlike what I said in the intro about how this list would be albums that I wasn't enjoying, so I just deaded them and never revisited them, Cameron's 6th album, Crime Pays, I actually never finished this because I encountered one song that I enjoyed so much that I ended up having the song on repeat like 35 times and I never continued the rest of the album. Has this ever happened to y'all? Like y'all was listening to an album for the first time and you ended up liking one song so much that it took you a minute to finish the rest of the album, or you probably never finished it? For the album Crime Pays, it was the 5th song on the album that caught me, and the song is called Never Ever. Y'all never ever could live my life. I love this song so damn much that I've never cared on checking out the other 18 songs on here. Well, it's like 14 songs and 4 skits, but still, Never Ever has been my jam ever since I first heard it. I love the song because it's so damn ignorant and goofy. Like, this is the stuff Cameron was on in the mid 2000s. He would make goofy raps about clothes, cars, hoes, whatever. And when you actually look at the lyrics, you'd be like, this dude is such a clown. Bro, the end of the first verse when he's talking about smashing a girl is so funny. I'll have her like, she made me say, ma. I'll have her like, ooh. Then I make her say, ah. Never mind the phonies, you looking kinda lonely. I wanna be genuine, can I grind that pony? Stuff like this is like what this entire song consists of. And then the entire second verse is just funny as hell because of how he rhymes things together. You wouldn't do diddly digger, my delivery is better than the mailman. You've never seen misery, seriously. On the other hand, visibly, you might know my neighbor, who, Disney. He dead ass pronounced Disney as Disney to rhyme with misery, and I love it because it cracks me up. The last thing I'm gonna say is that my favorite part other than the chorus is the woman in the background that finishes Cam's lines for him. At one point he said, yeah, you was trying to kick it, you got your moms evicted.
Now everybody looking at you.
Now everybody looking at you, that's a goddamn shame. You get the point. Like, Never Ever is one of my favorite Cameron songs of all time, and I ended up not finishing the Crime Pays album because I loved this song so much and had it on repeat. This almost happened again with his Purple Haze 2 album. There are 2 songs on there that I like a lot, but I ended up finishing the Purple Haze 2 project and not being stuck on the same song. One of them is called The Get Back.
To get back, to get back, to get back. I know I get it back.
And the other is called Just Be Honest.
Just be honest.
Mine arson, my squadron surround the sound garden. Guns for hire, plus you under fire in the target.
I remember I had some old heads on my ass a long time ago because I had made a community post saying that I didn't enjoy Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers the very first time I listened to it. The album sounded very prehistoric and oldies like. Funny enough, I did start enjoying the album when I started paying attention to the lyrics. When I focused on what they was rapping about, I was like, okay, they're actually spitting a lot on here. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with, Tears, and of course Cream were nice tracks. So after I enjoyed 36 Chambers, I said, you know what? Might as well check out Wu-Tang Forever, which is their second album that came out 3 years later after 36 Chambers. Now the issue with this album is that it's a double disc album and it has 27 songs. When I saw that, I had to take a deep breath and not get too annoyed. I was like, alright, hopefully it's 27 good songs, no problem. I got 5 songs into this long ass album and I went, yep, I'm done. Oddly enough, none of the 5 songs I listened to was even bad. I just didn't care about them after they got done playing. I went, yeah, this song is cool, next. Yeah, that song was alright, what's next? I did that for every song to where by the time I got 5 songs in, I just turned it off like, bro, I got 22 more songs left, I'm not about to deal with this. The track that I guess I rock with the most was the 4th track called Cash Still Rules.
I remember sticking fiends at the 160 when we were starving, ducking 5-0, paying them dues.
But overall, these 5 tracks bored the hell out of me. I was like falling asleep listening to this. If the album was only 12 to 14 songs, I would have checked out the rest. But like I said, I had 22 more songs to go. And I said, hell no, I'm not about to sit through this. By the way, this all happened like 2.5 years ago. And I haven't revisited Wu-Tang Forever since.
Dead in the middle of little did we know that we riddle to middleman who didn't do diddly.
Big Pun is one of those 90s rappers that I always see praised as one of the GOATs that lost his life too soon. And I realized that other than Still Not a Player featuring Joe, I didn't know a single song by Pun. So I took it upon myself to check out Capital Punishment, which is his debut album, and unfortunately the only album he released while he was alive, because his second album, Yeah Baby, came out 2 months after he passed away. But the reason I stopped listening to Capital Punishment, y'all niggas can call me petty if y'all want to. Man, hell, y'all probably been calling me petty throughout this whole video by now. You really don't want to listen to Cash Doll because you disliked one song? And she's from your city? Wow, you petty. If you hate black women, then just say that. But back to the point. I stopped listening to Capital Punishment because there's a particular skit on here called Taster's Choice where the entire minute and 20 seconds is Pun having a threesome with 2 Spanish chicks. I'm not even capping, but I'm also not about to show y'all proof. Either take my word for it or go listen to it for yourself. It's called Taster's Choice. So I was mortified listening to this. The image of a big guy like Pun smashing 2 chicks was not something I was trying to imagine when I decided to listen to this project. I only ended up listening to the very next track and then I turned the album off. And the only reason I listened to the next track is because it was Still Not a Player featuring Joe. I don't wanna be a player no more. When I saw that song was next, I was like, alright, bet, I'll let this one keep playing. After that, kind of the same reason as Wu-Tang Forever. This album has 24 songs on it though, and Still Not a Player was track 5. So I was like, I'm not trying to hear Pun blow some bitches back out in full Espanol detail for 19 more songs. Estoy bueno on that. Funny enough, Biggie Smalls has the exact same type of skit on his Ready to Die album called F Me Interlude. And once again, I'm not about to play any of the interlude for y'all. Just think about Notorious B.I.G. smashing a chick and hearing a bed squeaking noise nonstop.
Since the sex is just immaculate, from the back I get deeper and deeper. Help.
If that's not something you want to think about, then imagine how the hell I felt when I first listened to it. I finished Biggie's album after hearing him blow a girl's back out because I've always loved Biggie anyway, so I wanted to hear all of his music. But when it came to Big Pun, I turned it off for that very reason. I'm like, I don't know what it is about big rappers putting interludes where they're having sex with a girl on their first album, But when it came to pun, I wasn't dealing with it that time. I finished Ready to Die, but for Capital Punishment, I went, I'm not doing this again. Y'all can keep this. And I haven't went back to the album ever since.
Outro, outro,